Well, if it isn't my favorite people, hope you guys are well, because today I have something interesting to share with my tribe. And yes, I might make you feel a little uncomfortable, rattle a few feathers, but hey ho, sometimes we need the hard truth. So answer me this. Have you ever felt more alone after getting sexual attention than before? Like being desired made you feel more invisible, not less? Stay with me, okay? Because what I'm about to show you will change everything you thought you knew about empowerment. Have you ever used your sexuality to feel powerful, but ended up feeling empty? Ever been physically intimate with someone while keeping them emotionally distant? Ever projected sexual confidence, performed desirability even, made your body your primary source of value while feeling completely disconnected from yourself underneath it all? That moment when you realize you can be naked with someone physically but completely closed off emotionally, and when you can perform sexuality, command attention and control how people actually see you through your body, but you can't actually let anyone close enough to see who you really are. When you've built your entire identity around being sexually desirable, sexually confident, sexually available, but you're exhausted from the performance, empty from the attention that never actually fills you, lonely despite being surrounded by people who want you. And you're not broken, and you're not alone in that emptiness, because we live in the most hypersexualized culture in human history at the moment. Social media rewards increasingly sexual content. OnlyFans has normalized sex work as empowerment. Positive messaging has gone from healthy boundaries to no boundaries. Young women are growing up believing that sexual availability equals power, that desirability equals worth, and that being hypersexual is the same as being confident. We're even told that owning your sexuality is empowerment, that being sexually free from liberation, that controlling how people see you through your body is taking your power back. And yeah, on the surface, it sounds empowering. It sounds like sexual agency. It sounds like women finally being free to express their sexuality without shame. But here's what nobody talks about. There's a difference between authentic sexual expression and using your sexuality as armor. Between being sexually empowered and using your sexuality to avoid emotional vulnerability. Between sexual confidence and hypersexuality as a trauma response. And that difference, it's the difference between genuine intimacy and profound loneliness. Before I go deeper, I want you guys to drop a comment right now. Have you ever felt more alone after getting sexual attention? Yes or no? I want to know if I'm the only one who sees this pattern. Because this is the hypersexual mask. It's leaving an entire generation of young women feeling empty, performing confidence they don't actually feel, using their bodies to get attention that never actually makes them feel seen. If you think about Megan Thee Stallion for a moment, incredibly talented rapper, beautiful, successful projects more sexual confidence than almost anyone in the industry. We're talking about Hot Girl Summer, body positivity, sexual freedom. Her entire brand is built on being sexually dominant, sexually confident, in control of her sexuality and her image. Her music is very hypersexual. Her performances are hypersexual. Her social media presence is hypersexual. She's built an empire on projecting sexual power and confidence. And millions of young women look at her and think that's what empowerment looks like. That's what confidence looks like. That's what taking control of your sexuality actually looks like. But if you look a little bit closer, look at what happened to her. Look at the trauma she's carrying. She was shot by someone she trusted, someone she was intimate with. And instead of receiving support, she was questioned, disbelieved, mocked, even turned into a meme. Her trauma became public entertainment. And she even lost her mother, her anchor, her support system, the person who protected her. And she had to grieve publicly while maintaining her hot girl persona. She's been betrayed by people in the industry, used, exploited, sexualized since she was a teenager trying to break into rap. And through it all, what does she do? She projects strength, sexual dominance, confidence, that I don't need anyone, I'm in control, I'm powerful energy. But is that authentic sexual expression, or is that armor? Is that genuine confidence, or is that protection? Is she being hypersexual because she's empowered, or because being hypersexual gives her control over how people see her, keeps them at a distance, prevents them from getting close enough to hurt her? And I'm not here to diagnose Megan specifically. Only she knows her truth and what she's working through. But her public pattern represents something millions of young women are experiencing, using sexuality as a mask, as an armor, as projection against vulnerability, and calling it empowerment. And here's what I know for sure, though. This isn't just happening to celebrities with public trauma. It's happening everywhere. It's happening to the young woman who posts increasingly sexual content on social media, because that's the only time she feels valuable, the only time she gets attention, the only time she actually feels seen, even though the attention leaves her feeling empty. It's even happening to women who can have casual sex easily, but can't be emotionally intimate with anyone, who can be physically naked, but emotionally closed, who uses sex to feel powerful while avoiding the vulnerability of actual connection. Happening to women who's been sexually assaulted or abused and now uses hypersexuality to reclaim control. If I sexualize myself, no one else can sexualize me. And if I'm sexually dominant, I can't be violated again. It's happening to women who grew up being valued only for her looks, only for her body, only for her sexual appeal. And now that's the only way she knows how to get attention, to feel worthy, to have power. It's happening to women who so disconnected from her body, she's so traumatized, so wounded, that performing sexuality feels safer than actually feeling it. That being hypersexual is easier than being vulnerable. And the result, a generation of young women who are more sexually active than ever, but more emotionally disconnected than ever. Who can perform intimacy but can't experience it, who use their bodies to get attention but feel invisible underneath the performance, who believe they're empowered but feel empty. And this is the hypersexual mask, using sexuality as armor instead of authentic expression, performing desirability to avoid vulnerability, and confusing sexual attention with being truly seen. And it's one of the loneliest patterns in our time. If you think about your own life for a moment, have you ever used your sexuality to feel powerful when you actually felt powerless? Have you ever been sexual with someone to keep them interested while keeping them emotionally distant? Have you ever performed confidence through sexuality while feeling completely disconnected from yourself? And have you ever posted sexual content online and felt that rush when people responded, but then felt empty afterwards? Like the attention didn't actually feel anything. Like being desired didn't make you feel valuable. Have you ever noticed that you can actually be physically intimate easily, but emotionally intimate never? That you could be naked with someone, but you can't actually let them see who you are. That sex feels safer than vulnerability. If you're honest, you might recognize that your sexuality has become a mask, a performance, a way to control how people actually see you while preventing them from actually knowing who you are, a way to feel powerful while avoiding the vulnerability of real intimacy. And I get it, you think you're being empowered, you think you're being confident, you think you're taking control of your sexuality, but really you're using sexuality as armor, a protection, as a way to get attention without being seen, as a way to feel or be desired without being known, as a way to feel powerful without being vulnerable. And that's not really empowerment, that's protection. And it's keeping you from the very intimacy you're craving underneath the performance. And this is the hypersexual mask, and understanding just how it works, why we develop it, what we're actually projecting, and how, to take it off. Taking it off is the first step to finally experiencing real intimacy instead of performed sexuality. So in the next part, I'm going to show you the first truth that no one really wants to talk about or really admit. Why this sexuality you think is empowering you might actually be the armor keeping you lonely, and what Megan's story reveals about what you're really projecting. Part 2 drops next, so don't miss that. And as I always say, guys, stay beautiful, stay connected, and stay conscious in the film.